All right, well, hello everyone. I'm Andrew Jackson, the AGA. I'm joined tonight with Jennie Shen, Tudon Pro from the China Qiyuan. Hi, Jennie.
Hi. Hi.
Thanks for joining us. I guess I should also say you're not just from the China Qiyuan, you're also translating the commentary programs that were aired on Weiqi TV on their behalf.
Yes.
So you're here tonight. I guess this is kind of a treat. This is Meng Tailing has been hosting this program on Weiqi TV where he's been interviewing the players who had a chance to play AlphaGo and reviewing the games, right? And
yes.
This one I think is a little bit different because Meng Tailing apparently knows him, and it's Tang Weixing, world champion Tang Weixing.
Yeah, right. This is Taijin Game 30, the last game in Taijin.
The last game on Taijin before they switched to Fox, right? Oh, the second 30. You mean the Master games, not the Magister ones?
Yeah, the last game on Taijin, and then they moved to Fox Weiqi.
That's right. So this is Master versus Tang Weixing, who I think we did a broadcast of him winning the Ing Cup here on the AGA channel, so you can check the history that we have for that. And so he and Meng Tailing know each other, is that right?
Well, they're very close friends. I think that they are at the same team of League A, Chinese League A. So they always make fun of each other. If you watch the original video of this one, they are just joking each other all the time, the whole time.
Constantly talking smack on each other.
Well, so apparently Tang Weixing claimed that he already know who he was playing at this game, the Master, because it's already game 30.
So he figured it out.
Yeah. And so Meng Tailing asked this question, like, so what do you think? What do you think of, like, before you play this game, what do you think? Tang Weixing said, well, I just want to play a good game. And Meng Tailing is like, wow, you were champion. You just won Ing Cup. And you didn't even think about you want to win?
And he
said, well, of course I did. But after we played for a while, I think I couldn't win. So I just wanted to play better.
Game. So after he'd seen the first 29 games, he both had a good idea who he was playing, and he also maybe realized that resistance was futile. Is that?
Well, of course, we know AlphaGo is above us, like the top pros, right? So they actually, at the end of this video, they talked about the gap. Again, asked the same question, what do you think of the gap? And Tang Weixing said the same thing as last time we eating. He said, even game, even game, no chance. No Komi, that's one stone. Still no chance. He still thinks the humans no chance. And negative Komi, he thinks, well, I have confidence. And then he said, well, I said I have confidence, but if I have to bet money, I probably won't put money on my side.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Okay, so I think this game is fantastic.
This is a good one?
AlphaGo is a good game. Yeah, so we can start a look at the game.
Let's take it away.
Yeah. So this game, AlphaGo is black. It's white.
AlphaGo is
sorry.
White. Thank you.
AlphaGo is white. So this opening, it's Tang Weixing said his original plan was because human moves, usually humans will play here. He wanted to get this Kobayashi opening because he said AlphaGo likes Chinese opening. So he wants to play something different.
Other than the Chinese opening, right?
Yes, right. So this move, actually, AlphaGo's opening is quite free now. We don't see AlphaGo play Chinese opening this time. Did AlphaGo play? Or maybe it did, but not the most popular opening. The most popular is the large camera shot.
Yeah, no, I don't think we saw the Chinese opening. Anyway.
Last year, Chinese opening was AlphaGo's favorite. This year, it's completely free. So he was like, this approach, white approach is rare, but black double approach is natural, right?
Seems like.
So this area, like this kind of move, it's even the top pros, you don't see, it's rare now.
That
this
wedge?
move. Yes, this wedge. We didn't see AlphaGo play this wedge. Because it's probably not efficient. You just look at the white shape, right? It doesn't look efficient. Right. So usually, like if you look at the programs, the top pros games, they usually play this one. So Tang Weixing was expecting this one. He said if white plays like this, he's going to play here.
Aha, and he kind of gets his plan there. He kind of gets his plan of playing the Kobayashi.
So he actually the plan is if white plays this tiger's mouth, it's different with the real game that this move is here. So the tiger's mouth, the difference is that if black pushes, white is going to extend, and if black pushes again, white is going to come here. So another thing is that because of this, and because there's a push and cut, so this side is not urgent. He thinks this side, the pincer, is not urgent. Pincer and B, because if you come here, he pushes, right? Because it's a push and cut.
Yeah, makes sense.
This area, there's a push and cut. This one. So it's hard for white to attack this black group.
Right.
So this is his original plan, but actually we noticed this time in the 6-day games, AlphaGo seems to always connect. So we have to explore this connect.
This is, I don't think I've ever seen this, right? I mean,
this is one option, but it's not popular.
Why isn't it popular? I guess is the natural question. Why haven't we seen this?
I don't know.
Okay.
If AlphaGo plays it, then it will be popular.
That's right. I guess we'll start seeing it now.
So actually, the difference is because this move is here, he didn't want to play this one. He said that's why he played here. But he regretted this move a lot. He keeps saying that this move is a problem. And we can see it later. We see the follow-up, we'll find out why he was regretting this move. So because he said he said even this is better, but we don't know if this is better or not. And this one is possible. The Kasumi aiming the push and cut. Right? Yeah, but if black plays this Kasumi, white is going to jump. Well, this is our humans variation. We don't know what AlphaGo is going to do.
Right. This is our best guess.
But the idea is clear. If white jumps, so first of all, this push and cut is not severe right now, and this reduces black's liberty, right, and then creates this cut. Sure. Another thing is white can just live with one move.
Got it. And since that's already alive, and it creates that cut, I guess that explains some of the regrets around C10. That if he moves it to C8, then he can...
C10 was not because of that. It was because of AlphaGo's unexpected, brilliant move.
AlphaGo played an unexpected, brilliant move? I am shocked.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't look at this game.
Well, I was told I had to make it a surprise, right?
Well, so you can see that after this jump, A and B, these two painters meow, right, for white. So, but actually, they have talked a lot about this kind of thing, like this is a follow-up. For example, where should black play after this? Like this one, they talk about this move. So this move, if black jumps here, white can just fix his cut like this. This is one way. Maybe black comes here, but it seems like that if it's like this, then black would rather move A to B. So this is like everything, like every movie will make a difference, right? So if you play here, then the opponent will not follow your ideas. Sure. And they also talked about this one. This one, there's a time machine is like, can I fight? What if I fight? And then Meng Tailing is like, okay, you fight. And so, for example, if I fight like this, and Meng Tailing said, I can just turn. So how would you deal with this attach? And then Tang Weixing just clean up the stuff.
He's just like, no, this is...
he doesn't think this is a good idea because the attach seems very severe. I think black doesn't want to give up the 3 stones, but I'm not sure that the judgment, like, is it black okay on the whole board? But they just didn't like it. So this is their opinion. They didn't like it. But because this one, the reason is that white also pushed on the left
Right,
side.
white gave up
and gave
some
territory. So is black okay to give up the 3 stones or not?
it seems like black gained a lot from those pushes on the left side, right?
Yeah, right. So but they didn't like it.
All right.
Well, this game, we want to talk about the later. You see it later. So this one, black played it here, and then white played this pincer. So he was Tang Weixing was thinking like human move. Human would think about pincer here first, and then come
Sure, that's
back.
also AlphaGo's favorite pincher that we saw so far too, right?
But in this game, AlphaGo didn't do that. AlphaGo just played the pincer.
Okay.
So black has to come out. He didn't like he's. I don't know if black has to come out, but black comes out.
Okay.
And then white pushes and then turn, right? This is very painful for black. How would you fix your shape?
It's so hard. You can't fix your shape any way
right?
that's good, right?
So in the game, he played this. And of course, he got joked because this move doesn't look.
It looks weird.
Good. It doesn't look nice.
But if it works, then it doesn't matter, right? So.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. But the problem is that if black plays here, this looks a better shape. But what Tang Weixing doesn't like is this cut.
Huh.
So black has to Atari from here because if black Ataris from here, then you see this move becomes center, right?
Yeah.
So why can Atari here in center? And because this move is center, then there's no push and cut.
Right.
Then why can Tanuki and why doesn't have to spend a move to fix a cut? Why can just attack the black stump? For example, why can't you just play something like this to take black's eyes first and then think about how to attack? So that's why also you can see this shape, black is kind of over concentrated, especially that one space.
Yeah, that move that
jump.
he regretted. It seems way too close right now.
Yeah, I actually saw 2 of his reviews. He keeps saying this C10 move is a problem. So, oh, sorry. The sequence is he worries about black is gonna push and cut right now. So he said because the ladder works for black.
Oh, I see.
White cannot turn
because
this will kill white. So the sequence is Atari first and then play here. Now black connects. So actually the variation is not fancy. Just kill this one stone. You know, this usually white doesn't want to spend a move to kill this one stone. But in this case, because after this, white is completely alive.
Sure.
You know, it's really important to make 2 eyes. Make sure you have 2 eyes.
I've heard that's important in this game.
It's very important. It's really important. Because after this, you see black's 5 stones. They are fighting. They have no opponent to fight with, right? They're just by themselves.
The stones on the bottom, the 3 stones on the bottom are too thick to be a target, right?
Well, you haven't pincered those stones yet, so it's too far away to say you are fighting with them. So he doesn't like this one because white is alive.
Makes sense.
So in the game, he chose this one. He wants to peep white's cut. And then AlphaGo just connected, nothing fancy. And then he played this move. So he thinks that it's a strategy. He actually said that he wants to see AlphaGo's strengths, attacking skills.
So his plan is to make.
I want to take cash first and then see AlphaGo's attacking skills.
How'd that work out for him?
So that's his strategy. He didn't want to, for example, spend a move here and then let white get this pincer, right? This is a perfect pincer. So he played this one. And then white pushes again. This is forced. Black has to extend. And then white plays here. And then black comes here. So so far it seems like nothing wrong, right?
Well, I mean, it's we have to see how white's attack comes in, right? Because white's attack could be very severe.
Well, we will see. So for example, if black jumps here, so the reason he plays here is because he thinks that if white jumps here, actually they have a different opinions
Meng
here.
Tailing and
Meng Tailing thinks that, okay, this is a white center. This is later AlphaGo played this move. So Meng Tailing thinks this clamp is severe. But actually, Tang Weixing still just wants to get this. He still just wants to live. He thinks white still just wants to live. So the clamp looks very fancy. And if black fights with white, for example, you want to fight, right? You don't want to just retreat. And then white can cut. And so we can see this will not work. This won't work.
Is stuck here.
White this is empty, and then white can kill the three stones. So black has to attack from underneath like this. So right now the ladder is not good for white. So white cannot kill the two stones right away. But you can see the AGA is really bad,
especially with that other group being so weak coming out the bottom.
So there must be some super strategy to kill something. Well, simple move, just peek.
Right.
So black cannot defend. Otherwise, these two stones will die. Right. So this is one variation, but there's no way for black to fight because now white just needs to honey. You see that black cannot kill this because if you kill this, this becomes center.
Right.
And then this push will kill the stones on the bottom.
That's right.
Definitely doesn't work for black because this bottom is too big.
That trade is no good for sure.
But there's no way for black to fight. For example, you want to get this one, and then white can just push out, right? Still it doesn't work.
It's still going to be Sante.
Right. So it still looks bad for white. But Tang Weixing said, well, I can just give you this. So what? It's not so impressive. He thinks this is fine.
Fine for black.
So he thinks he still just want to cut and kill and make two eyes. So the whole time he just wants to make two eyes. For white, I mean.
And Meng Tailing is making fun of him for that.
Well, I think it's very important for us to understand why he wants to do that because as long as white is alive, black is running by himself. Right, so black wants to keep white weak and run together.
You always want to go running with a friend, for sure. Don't run
by yourself. And you're running by yourself. That's not good. So real game he played here. So you're asking how will white attack this group, right?
It seems like the
first.
Go ahead.
AlphaGo first did this exchange, and then this exchange. This is AlphaGo center, white center. This is this center. We see that the idea is if black Ataris, white will play here, right? So this is what happens. And after that, so we can see that actually, if you don't have any super strategy, you just attack. It's not very like there's not. First of all, if I just run, black jumps out. Not impressive, right? Running. And then this stone is at a very good place. Then I'm sure he would not regret this move. He would say, "Oh, B is a good move."
Right.
Yes. And if white plays here, black can just come out.
That was what I was thinking was natural, was the cap.
But what is your next move?
I hadn't gotten that far. I don't have anything after that, for sure.
Well, if you're honey, you just send black home.
And black's home, and you just get those 3 stones on the outside, and they're not that.
So it's not very good, right? You want to cut black off, but you don't. But you also want this cap. You want this cap. You also want to cut him off. You don't want to send him home. But this way, white cannot fight like this. Right? This one is not good.
Can I play G8? Can white take G8 for myself?
Which one?
Black's move there. Yeah. G8 or G7, both look interesting. Before, instead of the cap.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, or one above.
But you cannot close black.
Right. Do I have to? I mean, can I just keep chasing him?
Well, you can keep chasing, but then the black will feel that everything on the left side, those black stones are perfect.
Ah, so he doesn't mind. Okay.
He doesn't mind because that's what he thinks is natural, which is natural because there's no other way, right? He thinks that's his original idea.
Okay. So is this where AlphaGo surprises us with a beautiful move?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I told you last time I got these messages. I woke up in the morning, I got messages of the screenshots of these plays, and this one I got the screenshots.
So
I was like, and then my friend is like, look at this sequence. Look at this. This is the AI design this sequence. Look at that. I was like, oh wow.
All right, well, can you show us the sequence? How? So this obviously by itself. We're kind of what's going on? What's the plan?
So why is this move so good, and why approaches all like wow?
I'm hoping you'll tell us.
Well, it's actually not a very big deal. You see, nothing's gonna die, right? But because of this skill is it's really brilliant. Because if black blocks, white is going to cut here. So it's a probe. You Atari here.
Right.
Then you see that this becomes sente.
And now white's alive.
And again, importantly, because of this sente, white corner is alive. So let's say white doesn't have to do anything there. You see, locally, if black comes here, white can just live here.
Yeah, totally.
Because this is Atari, right? This move is Atari, so white has two eyes.
For sure.
Right. So it's important, very important in this game. We keep saying that.
This is why Tang Weixing just wants to make his group alive, right?
Well, he thinks if AlphaGo is alive, this corner, white is alive, he thinks that then his stones on the bottom, this group is like running by itself, very unhappy. So if black comes here, you see that then white honey here, the Atari is sente. Sure. So white can actually play this first and then play here. Then this makes a difference. Compare with your move, this cuts black off.
Yeah.
Right? But no matter what you play, this white can get this in sente and then pull back. Then it's different, right? So he basically he can't just say I block. He kind of like I can't do this. This is too painful. Right. So I must counterattack. I must do something. So I played here. But the result could be worse.
Let's see it.
Let's see it. So AlphaGo played this cut and still ask you, what are you going to do? So black still turns. So we can see that there are only two choices, right? This one and this one. So the real game, black played here. Let's see this one. If black Atari from this second line, then white is still going to play here. Black comes here, right? And white honey here. And then how would you reply to this run?
You can't, because if white turns, you lose all the stones on the bottom, right? If white turns at B8, you lose the stones at C5. But if you Atari, white is going to push through and connect everything, right? It's just...
That's right. So let's show it. Black cannot answer here because this becomes sente.
Right.
And then this kills the black group on the bottom.
It is a doornail.
Isn't it pretty? Is this really nice? And what else can black do? Black Atari is here. And then connects here. This take is sente.
Right.
Then black has to Atari here, right? If you want to. But you can see this is super broken.
Totally ripped.
AlphaGo will be like, hey, what do I do? What do I do? Which one should I kill?
Can't white also turn at B8 and kill? Or no, I guess turning at B8 doesn't actually kill. Sorry, I lied.
Well, we have no time to look at that because we have a bigger
The other thing is much more important. Right, there you go.
Well, turn is, if you turn black connects, you have the B10 attached. Maybe it still works. I give you to read this because I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in killing this one. The other one. Anyway, so basically there's no good reply for white if black runs, right? You can see if you connect to black, just white it just needs to come
no good
here.
reply for black if white runs at all.
This push is centered.
Yeah.
That means whatever you play this wrong, black cannot save the 2 stones. Otherwise, this will kill.
Right, and everything dies. Oh man.
No, it's too painful. Up to now, do you think that move is brilliant?
So far, I haven't seen it be bad, but I'm told the result is not too bad. So, more importantly, I'm surprised.
Well, black is already going crazy, actually. Like, what do I do?
Tang Weixing is already going crazy. I would be going crazy too because I feel like that's not the move I would have expect an AI to learn. Like, I'm really impressed that AlphaGo finds that sequence.
Yeah,
right?
That's why I said, wow, AlphaGo can find this move and have all the sequence, the follow-ups. That's amazing.
You know,
how did AlphaGo learn that?
Do you know how many of the other, if the Chinese AlphaGo or any of these other bots have tried to see if they find some of these brilliant moves? If anybody's like asked if Zen, for instance, finds this sequence.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
I don't know if anybody knows, leave a comment. That'd be great. Okay.
Anyway, so white still comes here, and black still comes here. This seems like a forced, and then now white runs. So he has to come here, right? This is already very painful because, like what we said, the honey will be centered. This honey will be centered, and white is alive. But AlphaGo is even better than that. AlphaGo sequence is even better. AlphaGo honey here first, and then Atari. You see how did AlphaGo drive the pro crazy, going crazy, drive them crazy? Because it's not for lots of people. Maybe this is not a very big deal because it's like you lose something, right? But for them, they think it's a very big loss.
Sure, it's very painful to give anything away.
Right. So after this, black turns, and then at this point, Tang Weixing is like, he's really going crazy. What do I do? I can't.
He has some of the same problems, right? If he blocks.
Yes, this is the first variation. If he blocks, then white just needs to come back from here. Black has still Atari, right? And kill this stone. And then white Ataris. And then pushes. Meng Tailing's commentary, the second time he did the commentary, it's like AlphaGo's 20 astounding moment in the 60 move games. He said, you let white push out like this. That is this is good. Going crazy. So you see that AlphaGo white first push out like this. The second, this is still centered.
Oh, even that is still centered.
So white is alive. Still alive.
Oh, so white. Okay, so white's just getting gravy here on the outside, keeping black weak, right?
Right. So this is still centered, right? After that, I think whatever you I don't know what AlphaGo would do, but this result, even though black comes out from here, but still, so they keep emphasizing that white lives, black is running by himself. Right. That's not good for black.
Oh man.
Well, actually, maybe there's a lot of human emotions here that thinks, oh, I can't stand it. This is ridiculous. But if we're 100% calm like AlphaGo, maybe if we see AlphaGo's variation, maybe one of these variations we think is impossible, but AlphaGo will say,
this is the best for
this
black.
Is what you got to do.
Right.
That's possible, I think.
Definitely. I mean, we'll have to ask at some point. So.
Yeah, if we can see what AlphaGo thinks. So he thinks that, oh, I can't. So he first, I know I can't do this. This is too. And then he played this honey. So if black, actually, so Meng Tailing was asking, you have time to honey here. What if white pushes? But actually, if white pushes, Tang Weixing thinks this is good enough for black.
And then what will happen if... Okay.
And then he would just give up. I mean, and then he would just connect here, and white has to honey in the corner. Then black kills the cutting stone. He thinks this is not bad for white for black.
Even though he gives up the 5 stones in the corner, the thickness.
Well, he thinks compared with the real game, it's not so bad. Well, the real game, but actually he thinks that. So Tang Weixing thinks white just honey. AlphaGo just played this honey. He thinks it's better than the other one.
Okay, so now he can block.
Now he said one thing he said is that he thought about this one, but it still feels very painful to play this move because now white Ataris. Black has a move to kill white, but it has to be here. So this move means you're already losing points.
Because white's basically getting that stone in Sente, or?
Well, because you actually, like you just need, you just need 1, 2, 3 to kill the 3 stones. Now you add another move here.
Oh, I see. So it's the fact that he has to play another move and still get squeezed that he doesn't like it.
Right, he doesn't like this. Again, that if we just look at this one, actually, compared with the real game, I think this is probably better than the real game.
That's not fair because you haven't shown us the real game yet. So.
Right. So they have been working on this, and they were very, like, this is not good, that is not good. But actually, after you do all the variations, you go back and figure out which one is the least painful.
Right.
So I think that this is really, I want to say it again, there's a lot of human emotions to affect our judgment.
Sure. Can you show us the real game so we can compare it with these other variations that you're showing us?
Yeah. The real game, black played here, and then white comes here, and then cross. So he basically gave up the corner. He's like, I can't answer any of these moves, so I have to counterattack, then just get an exchange. Emotionally, he thinks that he feel better this way than just being passive to answer.
He feels better having AlphaGo crawl because he feels like he's taking the initiative.
Well, this is cash.
White has the cash.
Yeah, white kills the 4 or 5 stones in the corner.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
So Tang Weixing was regretting. At first, he was regretting. He thinks he should jump. At the real game, he played here, and then AlphaGo just ignored and played.
Oh man!
You can see the result of the real game. It was like this, and then black has to play this move to connect back, and white already got all the cash and center to connect back from here. So this result is definitely good for white. I don't know AlphaGo's win rate, but it must be high.
Yeah, I mean that sequence seems like white got like black got tricked into taking the small part.
Yeah, I think so. So he thought he should just come out, like come here. But at Meng Tailing said it's still not good. White just needs to come here. And this move doesn't do anything now because white can just, if white doesn't want to fight the code with black, white can just play here. So we can see that it's basically the same, right? But this way the corner dies.
Just straight dies. There's nothing here.
It just dies. What can you do?
There's no co, there's no,
There's nothing, right? Then there's no co. So if black connects, white just needs to come here. I mean, black won't have enough liberties. If you're interested, you can do this capture race, but black dies.
I believe you.
So he thinks that if this extend, white just extend, and the corner already died, and there's still you see that black killed this one, but there's still ladder break in the future. White can still use this ladder break. Right. So he's very unhappy with everything. So the real game, we got even worse results.
Oh no. So I see. So earlier we were saying that if we looked at the game, it didn't look that bad. I'm assuming that's before we get to this point.
Well, I don't know what AlphaGo was suggested. Like after this attach.
Mm. Mm.
What if AlphaGo just says you guys should just block?
Right.
That's not so bad.
Who knows? Who knows? So is the idea that
But
it's
human emotions like, no, I'm not going to answer that. That's too painful.
right? So is the idea
And because you guys are not
right?
rational.
You guys aren't thinking through this the right way here. So is the idea that A2 is a big mistake and that before A2 Black's position is okay?
It's still not okay.
Still not okay.
It's just struggling, but there's no good reply for up to here. There's no good reply for Black.
Okay, got it.
So actually, when Meng Tailing was doing the 20 astounding moment, he wants to list this one number one.
Really, as the most astounding AlphaGo moment.
Well, this movie is actually not so difficult to find for human. Tang Weixing thinks if it's a slow game, maybe he will find this move. Meng Tailing just like AlphaGo plays it, you see it. But if no one plays it, he thinks a human won't find
hard to
this
discover.
move.
You mean D9 is the move that humans wouldn't find, or you mean?
Yes, it's a test because everything starts from here, right? Everything starts from this
Right.
attach.
It's a brilliant sequence for sure.
Yeah, this sequence is really
So many
brilliant.
Wow.
This is a highlight of this game. So we can see the rest of the game. So this is a sequence of the rest of the game, and Black has to live in goatee, connecting goatee, and then White gets this move. White gets connect back. And AlphaGo must be very happy.
Well, yeah, it seems like.
And I remember someone used the Zen to see the win rate. Zen is like 40 something for Black, 40% for Black, something like that. And after that, it keeps dropping. But actually, the rest of the game, especially the right side, starts from now. Tang Weixing thinks AlphaGo played very passive, so this is a real game.
So Tang Weixing thinks AlphaGo plays very passive. Is he suggesting that that's an indication of how far ahead AlphaGo is, or is he suggesting that?
Well, he thinks AlphaGo can definitely be more severe. He just thinks that if a human plays this game, human will be more severe than AlphaGo. But AlphaGo's judgment is that I win anyway. I don't care.
Right. AlphaGo is chill.
So not this one, not right now, but after this. So he's like, so far it's still normal, right? So far this is all normal. But because Black thinks he's behind, of course he knows he's behind. So he tenukied and played here, and then White played here. So this looks like Black is under very severe attack.
Mm-hmm.
So this area, this is Black center, and after that, AlphaGo played this move. Tang Weixing thinks that like if human plays this game, one thing you can do is start this code. It seems like everything's a code threat, right?
For White, yes.
Because, for example, even if White comes here now, he thinks it's a code threat. Or he suggested to use this as a code threat. He said, what do I do now? He thinks this is more difficult. But this can cause more trouble, and AlphaGo wants to make the tree smaller, so no need to do this.
Sure. So it just pushes out and...
I guess. So AlphaGo didn't do anything very severe, just pushes out, and then Black comes here. So this is a real game. White hunting here, and Black Ataris. Then code. And then when White pushes, Black Ataris here. AlphaGo just connected. Because in this case, if White takes, Black will push back from here and kill the two stones. So suddenly this area becomes like 15 points for Black, right? That's too big. And if White kills this one, Black can still live. So he thinks that's... So AlphaGo doesn't like this one. The AlphaGo doesn't care. AlphaGo just connects. But Tang Weixing is happy with this result.
He thinks he's catching up.
Because he thinks this stone is wasted.
Uh-huh.
So locally, this stone is wasted. If we go back to see that, for example, he thinks that if white just plays here, then the push and honey in the corner, these two moves, miai, right? These two, miai for white. So he thinks that's better than the real game for white.
Okay.
Probably, because if black plays here, white can just push back, and then the black group is still under attack,
almost dead.
And if black comes here, white gets this honey incentive, and white is already alive, and black still has to spend a move to live.
Sure.
I don't know which one, this one or whatever you can live. So, but AlphaGo played. So Tang Weixing was like, after this result, he said many times he's saying white is very passive, and he thinks he's probably catching up. He's like, oh, this is like, if you play a human, you will feel frustrated. Like I could have done much better at this. And he's like, why did I do that? You know, you have this experience when you see programs and when you see them play, and the person keeps shaking the head like this. And then you look at the game, and they're actually ahead.
Right. Why? Right, and they feel that way because they feel like they've given them a chance, right? I
think most of the time they were thinking, I should have done better here. I should have made this easier. Why did I get this? It's not clear. Like everyone wants to win very clearly, right? You want to win without any trouble. It's like maybe he thinks his play was not perfect and he's not happy, even though he's still ahead, and you see them shaking the head like this. Well, so he thought he was catching up, but actually it's not. So black got this. You see that the whole area on the right side, we see that all these sequence, black actually got a lot of points in the corner, but white got 0.
Yeah, well, it seems that if the problem is that white's one stone is wasted, all that tells me is that AlphaGo thinks it's more than one stone ahead, right?
Probably, that's possible. Well, so actually, I saw the rest of the game, and I saw the Zen's analyze of the rest of the game. Actually, the win rate didn't go up. Black's win rate up to now.
So even though
probably this is like the board is smaller, the tree is smaller, it's easier.
Right. It kind of makes sense, I guess, that black is only taking some points. He's not actually threatening to kill anything that would reverse the game.
The important thing is white got sent it. So white got sent it to get this move. And we see that black got some points, and white probably gained a lot on the left side. So white thinks that just wants a balance for the board, and then this is good enough just to connect safely. So the rest of the game actually, it's a real game black played here, and they were talking about this one space. So the problem is that this one, white has this sequence. This is what happened in the game. So white can still cut off that stone.
Whereas if it's 1 point closer, that sequence doesn't work, right?
Right, but one move closer, and the question is, can black play? Can black play here or not?
An even stronger response.
Can play here. You kill everything, then this would definitely be better for that in the game, right? The two space. But the problem is that this area, white Ataris, and then come here. This is what did the variation.
Super complicated.
Oh, actually, sorry. This before this, like white can just play here first. So if white has a stone here, that would be different. But this is still AGA, that means. And black definitely doesn't want to spend a move here to fix the AGA. So for example, let's do a variation like this, right? Let's say this corner, black put some stones here like this, and white wants the AGA. The AGA is like this. So Atari, and then Well, the AGA already looks very bad. It looks like something's gonna happen.
It sure does.
So black comes here, white can just connect. You can see black cannot come here. Otherwise, just white can kill the one stone and live. Yeah. And black also cannot play here because this is centered. Black blocks, white can kill the two stones.
And live again, right.
Yeah, so black has, because black must kill everything. That's what he wants. That's why he plays this tiger's mouth, this move, right, this one. So if black has to play here, and then white connects, and then now. So black comes here. If black plays here, the only two liberties here. Black cannot win.
Right. Can't get a third liberty on those three stones on the outside.
Right. But if black doesn't play there, what else can black do? For example, this one. This is center, right? And then white just needs to play here.
Oh, that's nice.
So this won't work because white can play here and kill. What else? This is also bad for black because white can still escape.
Yeah.
So that means that move is not clean, and still there's something. But if black cuts, instead of this one, if black cuts, well, because white right now, white doesn't care about how strong, how thick black is, so white can just take cash. And even Atari here, because white is very strong on the board, so white can fight the ko. At least to that, white can cut off the L17 stone and kill it, right? So that means this is still annoying.
So
a real game, he played the two space, but the reason he played two space is also because he knows he was behind. But AlphaGo is really good at this kind of, like you want to. Well, AlphaGo is winning. Sometimes he plays very conservative, but that's already the best way to win. Probably.
Right. I mean, it's not like it won't kill you if it has to, for sure. Yeah.
But when AlphaGo really needs to kill, it will kill. You'll see.
In this game? Will I see in this game?
You will see it. So this is AlphaGo's sequence and then turn. So this is pretty painful for black. What are you gonna do if you play here? Then this is center, right? And then you see black is so squeezed this place, and then white is gonna turn. So the turn is not just enclosing the territory on the left. It's also preparing for this push. How would you reply to this push?
So that thickness on the lower left actually is turning into a group.
So this area is not finished, right? This is still a push, and it's still, you can see at the bottom, the black group is actually not alive, even though black killed the two stones and C, but that's only one eye.
Yeah, so if black blocks it, if white pushes at B and black blocks, it looks like there's.
So we can do a variation here. Let's say black goes to the corner and try to take territory, right? And then black blocks. Actually, I think many things will work. Even if white comes here, if the ladder works for white, then black already has two groups. And it feels like one is going to die if the ladder, as long as the ladder works for white. But simple way, white just needs to Atari and then Atari. What are you gonna do?
There's no time to take the stone on the bottom.
Next, then I think one group would die. And if black says, okay, let's just connect. But this way, I think white is going to win big.
Because of the extra territory white makes in the center.
You can see the center already gets.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of points in the center.
I'll say.
So, but of course, it depends on like if that's enough, that's a simple way. But if it's not enough, white definitely has even more severe attack. So, real game, black jumps out because let white Atari on the outside. He thinks it's painful, but you have to pay for this center.
Right.
And after this, white still turns. So now black jumps in. In this case, AlphaGo thinks he must kill.
Huh. AlphaGo, okay.
And Tang Weixing thought he said he thought AlphaGo is going to kill like this, but AlphaGo just played this one, and this one, and this one.
Whoa!
Just killed one stone, and here.
Well, that's an all-in for sure.
But for AlphaGo, it's not. It's easy.
Okay.
I guess.
AlphaGo, show us how you kill a world
champion.
champion.
Of course, white cannot do anything else because this is center, and then black can
alive this way.
Black can live, right? So this is definitely not acceptable. White needs to kill. But AlphaGo was planning to kill anyway, because AlphaGo move was here. You see that first of all, we just mentioned this push, right? Second, white already has a lot of stones around. So if you are too much, then AlphaGo will kill you.
Right. That push is going to be a dagger at his back there. He can't. Yeah. What does he do? How does he handle it?
Well, it doesn't matter. That push totally doesn't matter. It's just dead.
It's just.
How can you escape?
Oh, just the black stones just die even before the push even comes into the equation.
Now, because black cannot jump out from here. This is perfect.
Suicide.
But if black doesn't play here, for example, this thing, it also dies. Well, he played some fancy sequence, and their conversation is like, well, this doesn't work. It's dead. And Meng Tailing's like, well, you play this fancy sequence, and it just still doesn't do anything.
Tang Weixing's like, yeah, I know it doesn't work, but it's so fancy. It doesn't work.
It's fancy because white cannot turn, right? And this way, black can connect out. So of course, it's fancy, but it doesn't work. And black Ataris and AlphaGo just cut.
Fine.
What can you do?
Have a 2 stones. They're not an eye.
This is not useful, right? So basically, you can see this and this Miai for white too. And another thing is black doesn't have so many liberties. For example, black comes here. This is a game. And then white plays here and then just connect.
Right.
This nothing black can do, actually. Really nothing black can do. We see black takes, oh, this is a game. And then he played here, so he gave up. What can black do? For example, black wants to fix this in center. And then come here, white comes here. So now black can come here and then play here, right? So this is like this.
Oh, there's no liberties.
Throwing works, or just this one? Oh, white can throw in. There's no liberties. Atari and die.
Too good.
Too good. AlphaGo is too good. So actually, the whole time, Tang Weixing had this feeling that the right side, white is very passive. He thought he was catching up, but actually, I think this is not true. AlphaGo just controls everything. There's no chance for black in this game.
So the axe comes down. Does he resign or does he play it out to the end? What happens?
He still played out a few sequences, but it doesn't matter. He said he knows that the game is finished. He just wants to see if AlphaGo will play some, because they have seen that when AlphaGo is leading by a lot, AlphaGo would just
it could happen here, right?
AlphaGo would give up a lot of things, like give up some points, play funny endgame moves, then give you some points. It doesn't matter.
Or if it happens,
but
yeah.
He said in this game, AlphaGo didn't. AlphaGo played perfect endgame.
I was gonna say, if it happens, if you're the lucky winner where AlphaGo has a bug somewhere, I mean, go buy a lottery ticket, right? Like.
But it didn't happen, even though there are 2 or 3 half-a-point games, but it's actually not half a point.
This one ends up being more than half a point.
I mean, the result, like I think the other game we commented, Meeting's game, was half a point, but Meeting knows very clear that it's not half a point. The gap. It's actually more. He actually said that If AlphaGo needs to win by Komi, AlphaGo can still win. It just doesn't need to, so it doesn't matter.
Oh man.
He said if AlphaGo needs to win by Komi, AlphaGo will play very good endgame moves to get there.
Phew.
So the rest of the game, actually, I think is just nothing happened because that group died, right? The corner died.
Dead.
So make sure there's 2 eyes here, and then that's finished. I think they play a little bit more, a few moves, then he resigned.
Okay. So
this is
what if you had to characterize his move? Like, what does he think? What did you get the sense of his conversation with Meng Tailing about AlphaGo? What did he have to say about? You said they talked about the gap at the end.
Yeah. So that's the gap. We just said that they. I think lots of pros think that negative Komi, they have confidence. Their word is exactly we have confidence. It doesn't mean we have confidence we can win for sure.
But that we feel good about it.
We at least we have a chance to fight. We can fight. And they also, I think Tang Weixing's feeling about AlphaGo is like he said this. He said, when you figure out what AlphaGo is doing, you're already losing.
By the time their plan is clear, it's too late.
Another thing is that because Tang Weixing's style, he's a big fighter. He's a good fighter. And he said, I never get a chance. It's like two people fighting, you never even get a chance to get close to the other person. He said, I never get a chance to start a real fight. Right. Real fight, the fight is unclear to both sides, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, as an amateur programmer, I guess a professional programmer, an amateur Go player, I would say, yeah, try and make it as complicated as you can. Get a double ko in one part of the board and a seki, and that's your best chance for screwing it up. But you don't ever get that opportunity, right?
He just didn't get a chance. He was trying to. Man. I think all the other pros are trying to, but they just didn't
been able to.
Well, I think this is like when the opponent is way above your level, you really cannot create something like that.
Yeah, we know that feeling. As amateur players playing professionals, Jenny, that's what it's like for us all.
Because a higher level player can always make things easy, and they don't need to get to the very complicated fight. Only when two people's levels is about the same, then that kind of thing can happen.
So I got a question for you. I know you've been watching a lot of the Chinese AlphaGo games on Fox Weiqi. What do they? Fine Art. You've been watching Fine Art, who apparently is winning 90% of the time against top professionals. Not 100%, just 90%.
90%. Actually, well, let me tell you this first, and then you finish. Actually, yesterday they play human Byoyomi is 1 minute, and Fine Art actually lost 4 games yesterday. So the win rate dropped.
So with the longer games, it seems like the humans do still have an edge on Fine Art.
Humans.
I was going to say, you've watched a lot of these games. Does there seem to be a way that is there an archetype for the game that the humans seem to win? Like Lee Sedol in Game 4, his plan was take cash, make AlphaGo have a Moyo, and then just try and live. Right? And that was his same plan for Game 5 as well. It didn't work out as well. Is there any sort of similar thread or strategy for the human games against Fine Art that win?
Well, actually, because Fine Art is there every day, so they play hundreds of games. So some people figure out something. For example, there's one player, Fan Yinruo, who just finished the Nongxing Cup, the last game, who beat Pa Zhongwan and finished the Nongxing Cup. He actually, at first, he wins a lot of games against Fine Art, because he has some kind of patterns. Every time he plays that pattern, he can trick it.
He has some tricks on it.
Actually, the other day I saw him trick Zen. Exactly.
Because I know that, for instance, a couple of the bots will make the same mistakes on the Taisha Joseki, and you can reliably get them to play out a trick variation of the Taisha. But that's kind of more specific and like a specific tactical way to crash the bot. I'm asking if there's like a strategic approach that humans take to make in the instance of trying to make a complicated fight. Do they win those, or is it like a big Moyo, or is it the Amashi sort of thing? Is there anything that humans seem to do that helps consistently win against Fine Art?
Well, the one I just said, that the pattern, it's not Taisha, but it's a different pattern. He won that one a lot. But And then Fine Art fixed the problem, and he actually got 10 straight loss against.
Oh no! So
so that didn't work. At first it worked. Over time it didn't work. And another thing is that they said I think that one time I saw these pros said, well, against Fine Art, if we play black, we have a chance. I was like, you guys is so funny, because when they're playing each other, they all want to take white.
And now against Fine Art, they want to take black.
Well, they said that the strategy is that if you play black, you can build a big moil. And Fine Art jumps in. Sometimes it will kill itself, and sometimes the human can kill the huge group and win. Actually, I saw that Keji used this strategy to win a lot of games against Fine Art.
Got it. So making a big moyo and making the bot invade seems to be the best strategy against Fine Art.
Well, I don't know if it still works now, but I've seen that because the bot is still improving. Sure. It used to work, but I don't know if it still works.
Sure. And speaking of which, I guess we have the World Championship coming up between Park Jung-hwan, Mi Yuting, Yama Yuta, and Zen. Zen has been improving fairly rapidly to get ready for this tournament. Do you have any predictions, or do you have any thoughts on who you think is going to emerge victorious?
Well, I don't know so much about Zen because I didn't watch so many of the Zen games. It's playing on Taijin. I'm not a member.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then he played a few games on Fox. I saw Zen beat Tang Yifei, the new world champion, LG Cup champion. I saw that there was one day Tang Yifei lost to Zen like 5 games in a row. But then also lost to a Chinese a new showdown from last year after that. So and I saw a couple of days ago, I saw Zen played on Fox Switch again, and he lost 2 games. And then it logged out. So I'm not familiar with Zen. I don't really know so much about Zen because I didn't watch so many games as like the Fine Art. So I think Zen is probably, I think they're about the same. Probably it will be a good match.
Or maybe the Western players have a little bit more of an identification with Zen because they watched it on KGS a lot.
But that was
much earlier. Still, you still root for the guy from your hometown kind of thing. It'd be great to see it.
Yeah, so at that time, Zen was not as good as now. I think now it's even better.
Sure. It still seems to have more of a center focus. I know that the programmer there has been very... he has his way of doing it, that he's incorporated a bunch of the AlphaGo stuff, but it still has a lot of the flavor of the original Zen with its strong center focus. This is what I've heard.
Well, I think that they have different style. I'm not sure about Zen style, but I think Fine Art, the difference between Fine Art and AlphaGo was that AlphaGo doesn't play like human. AlphaGo is above human.
But Fine Art...
AlphaGo has lots of innovations, and it's definitely above human, the best human level, I mean. But Fine Art plays extremely like a human. So let's see if Fine Art plays human patterns to six. It's like, this is so strange.
Okay.
It plays a lot. So basically, it plays human.
So
moves.
Fine Art hasn't shown us the same innovation so far that Zen has.
No. I mean, not like AlphaGo. Lots. Even last year's AlphaGo, we saw innovation, right?
Well, I guess this.
But so far, at least I didn't see any innovation. But Fine Art has some very good games. It's very good games, but just not like AlphaGo.
I think you're a fan of AlphaGo. Is that right? Is that a fair statement?
I love AlphaGo. Can I say that?
You sure can. All right. So I guess this is actually our last one of these videos before you head back to China. Do you have any comments or any hopes? There's been rumors flying around for a match in the works. What would you most like to see in an AlphaGo match?
I just want to see AlphaGo play. It doesn't matter. As long as I can see AlphaGo, I'm very happy.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jennie. It's been wonderful having you here. Jennie Shen, 2Pro from the China Qiyuan. On behalf of Weiqi TV, huge thank you to Weiqi TV for letting us republish those remarks. Any commentaries? Anything you'd like to say to Meng Tailing, who's going to be watching these? No.
Actually, the other day I saw Ajia Huang. He posted this. I think he posted it on Facebook. Lots of people see it. He said that a few years ago, after work, his entertainment was to watch Meng Tailing's self-commentary. on which TV. He said he watched like 100 episodes.
Oh, wow.
So I think Meng Tailing is a very good commentator. I like his style. He's very passionate.
Well, certainly, thank you for giving us a flavor of his reviews. I really appreciate it. All right. Thanks, Jenny. Any other last words?
Thank you, too. Thank you for the work.
Our pleasure. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Stay tuned. There will be more of these reviews coming as we get them in. So see you later.
Bye.